Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of Making It with Mandaline. I'm Amanda Boggs, and I'm so glad you're here. So, today we're going to talk about why a lot of the business advice that you've been hearing isn't working. If you've tried following online business advice and you still feel exhausted, scattered, or behind, this video is for you. A lot of advice just doesn't work. Just It just doesn't. It's not for thoughtful women who want a sustainable income and a real life. And today I want to talk about why that advice fails and what actually works instead. Now, most online advice you hear over and over again is that you have to be everywhere. You have to be ubiquitous. You have to be on every platform. You have to post multiple times a day. You have to go live every day. You have to, be making 20 Instagram posts every day. You have to be posting in your groups every day. And the people who are giving this advice, first of all, are almost always men. And second of all, they're usually entrepreneurs that have an enormous staff. And a lot of the people that I talk to see that and they think, oh, you know, I just can't even do this. I'm not going to be able to have a business because I don't have time for this. Especially, yesterday one of my own coaches said we all have the same 24 hours in the day. And I wanted to be like, no, we don't. If you are, say, a single mother, or you're a mother with a new baby, or you're a mother whose husband is gone a whole lot on business, you do not have the same 24 hours as someone who's single, someone who doesn't have to, um, you know, have children that they need to take care of. It's just the way it is. And so another thing I think too is it scares people, it overwhelms them because they think I have to have this team. And I am with you right there. Like the thought, even now, of hiring a team still just it just gives me the ick. Like I don't want to manage employees. I don't want to add that to my plate. I don't want to have to, be supervising people and be responsible for them paying their mortgage and stuff like that. And I did take a tiny step um, in this direction of having a team over the past couple years. So one of the first things I did was I sent a whole lot of my physical product inventory to fulfillment centers so that they do the shipping and all of that for me. And in some cases, the photography, the measurements, everything, writing the descriptions. And that was a huge help because, that's a contract. So they're taking care of that for me. And then this past summer, when I did my first summit, I hired my kids, my son and my daughter, to do the tech for me. And I do, it was really nice. Like one day I remember I went to the pool and I like to swim. That's like my favorite exercise. And I went to the pool while my daughter worked on my website, and that was awesome. Like awesome, awesome, awesome. Like just to have somebody else doing the work while I was able to enjoy my day. But I've never, I've never desired, people say, oh, to have a 7 or 8 figure business, you really have to hire. And I've always kind of thought maybe it's good enough. Like maybe my business is good enough the way it is because I just don't, that's not really what I'm about. It's not really what I want to do. And when you are taking advice from somebody online, you want to make sure that the coach that you're getting the advice from has the kind of lifestyle that you want to live, right? So if someone is looks very successful and they're making all this money, but the stuff they're doing isn't stuff you want to be doing every day, you're not going to do it. It's not going to work for you. You're never going to sustain that because you're not enjoying it. I had this conversation. I had a call, in fact, yesterday with my coach one-on-one because she was wanting me to do some things that I really don't want to do. And I told her I just don't, this isn't like what I'm envisioning for myself. And so, if you're introverted as well, even if you don't have children and there isn't a reason why you can't put all this time into social media content, you may just not want to be showing up online that way. And I get that too, because that's my personality also. Most advice is that you have to be really high energy, you have to have a really loud personality, you have to be constantly visible. And advice like that is just going to lead you if you're not an extrovert, if you're not the kind of person that really wants to do all of that, it's just going to lead you to burnout. It's going to lead to a business that you don't want. Now, I have never built my business on social media, being on social media constantly. First of all, I started my business in 1998. So there wasn't social media. You didn't have to be making content all the time. And another thing is that my business was a kind of slower business anyway, just because what I built my business on is teaching doll repair. And that is, the a kind of thing that requires patience and skills that you have to learn and build over time and trust with your clients. And you know, my system was always slow. My main marketing vehicle to this day is my blog that I pin to Pinterest. So, that's where people mostly find me. And that's fine with me. Like I'm fine with that. Now, when you have finally figured out what kind of direction you want to take in your business, what kind of product you want to sell, what kind of audience you want to sell to, that's the next thing really is to then think about what kind of lifestyle you want to live. What do you want to be doing? So a few years ago, when I was transitioning to sending my physical inventory to fulfillment centers and things, it's because I wanted a more hands-off business. I wanted to be selling more digital products, to be teaching more than actually creating or repairing dolls every single day. And I wanted to be able to travel more. We have a little cabin up in the mountains. I wanted to go up there more, not have to be home waiting for packages to arrive, not have to be home shipping packages. And that has been really, really helpful for me. So it's not something that, you always hear, particularly not in the um, eBay and Etsy world. It's usually all the advice you hear is focused on physical product selling. And I'm kind of moving away from that into the teaching space, but still have been able to make that successful on a sales platform. And the reason that I like sales platforms is that they do a whole lot of stuff for you that keeps you from having to have a team. Again, they're doing marketing, they're spending all this money to bring buyers to their site. And they're bringing people who are there because they want to buy something, not there because they wanted to be entertained. Another thing that sales platforms do is help you with your books. They also can do advertising for you. Like you just click a button and you can run ads. You don't have to design them. You don't have to think about product placement. You don't have to write the copy or anything. You just say, promote this, and they do it for you. That's another thing they can do for you. So it can save you an enormous amount of time and money. And people complain about the fees, but in my opinion, the fees are worth that because it helps me with my lifestyle that I want to live. So I just want you to reflect on that if you've perhaps heard that you're not being coachable from somebody who wants you to do something you don't want to do, that that may be more their problem than your problem because the ultimate reason you started your business is that you wanted to have the lifestyle that you wanted to live, right? So it really is about you and what you want to do. If you have been trying to follow advice that is just not working and it doesn't feel like you, that is not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just in the wrong container. You're trying to force something that isn't for you. So if you would like my help choosing a calmer and clearer way forward, choosing what you actually want to do, then I have several different things that you can use to take advantage of that. First of all, I have a recurring masterclass called Wake Up to Sales. You can register for that in the description. I have a summit upcoming where we have a lot of different speakers talking about a lot of different ways to make money online and also a lot of different ways to, a lot of different lifestyles. Like they demonstrate a lot of different lifestyles. And then if you want personal one-on-one support and personal one-on-one clarity for your own business, then you can book a short business landmark call with me. And that's something that I would love to be able to do to talk to you face to face, and we can work out exactly what you want, what would work, what kind of business would work for you. So I would love to know in the comments, what advice have you been trying to follow that has never felt right for you? Let me know. And I hope that you will like this video. I hope you'll hit subscribe, and I will see you again soon.